Good morning, everyone. I am Shugania Singaravelu from 6AS3, and today I'll be talking about mental illness. Mental illnesses affect 19% of the adult population, 46% of teenagers, and 13% of children each year. People struggling with their mental health may be in your family, live next door, teach your children, work in the next cubicle, or even sit in the same room. However, only half of those affected receive treatment, often because of the stigma attached to mental health. Untreated mental illness can contribute to higher medical expenses, poorer performance at school or work, fewer employment opportunities, and increased risk of suicide. So, what exactly is mental illness? A mental illness is a physical illness of the brain that causes disturbances in thinking, behavior, energy, or emotions that make it difficult to cope with the ordinary demands of life. Research is starting to uncover the complicated causes of these diseases, which can include genetics, brain chemistry, brain structure, experiencing trauma, and having other medical conditions like heart disease. The three most common mental health conditions are anxiety disorders, mood disorders, and schizophrenia disorders. More than 18% of adults each year struggle with some type of anxiety disorder, including post traumatic disorder, PTSD, obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, panic disorder, or as known as panic attacks, and specific phobias. People with anxiety disorders might experience physical symptoms including restlessness, fatigue, tense muscles, and interrupted sleep. Meanwhile, mood disorders such as depression and bipolar depression affects nearly 10% of adults every year and are characterized by difficulties in regulating one's mood. Next, schizophrenia is a mental health condition that usually appears in late adolescence or early adulthood. It impacts on speech, thinking, emotions, and other areas of life that can affect a person's social interactions and everyday activities. The symptoms usually emerge when a person is between their late teens and early 30s. They tend to develop earlier in males than in females. Some of the symptoms are confused speech that is hard for others to understand, lack of facial expression, lack of emotional expression, lack of motivation, difficulty concentrating, and psychosis such as delusions and hallucination. As a matter of fact, each year approximately 44 million adults will experience a serious mental health condition, but only less than half will seek treatment due to discrimination. This shows that although the general perception of mental illness has improved over the past decades, studies show that discrimination against mental illness is still powerful, largely due to media stereotypes, lack of education, and because people tend to attach negative perception to mental health conditions at a far higher rate than to other diseases and disabilities. These perceptions and stereotypes affect not only the number of people trying to seek treatment but also the number of resources available for a proper treatment. Not only that, they can also feel like overwhelming obstacles for someone who is struggling with a serious mental health condition. So, what can we do to help someone who is affected by these disorders? We can always start by showing individuals respect and acceptance, as this removes a significant barrier to successfully cope with their illness. Having people see you as an individual and not as your illness can already make the biggest difference for someone who is struggling with their mental health. This also includes listening to them with an open mind. We should assure them that we are there to listen without any judgments. We should also not make comments such as "you are fine" or "calm down" if they ask for our advice. Besides that, we can learn more about mental health. This allows us provide helpful support to those affected in our families and communities. Lastly, we should be patient. You may feel like they have pushed you away, and maybe they have. Those suffering from mental health tend to distance themselves from their loved ones, not because they dislike your company, but because they feel burdened. Don't pressure them to spend more time with you or to talk about their problems. As frustrating as it may be trying to help someone who does not seem to appreciate you, don't give up on them. In a nutshell, mental health is really important. It does not matter if you're an adult, a teenager, or even a kid. Your mental health should be your first priority and kept in check. This way, everyone can lead a healthy lifestyle. That's all from me today. Thank you.